Bonsoir, mi amigos. From like everywhere. Let's do what I can do here. Forgot I got to do that too. Yeah, that disconnects from that. Disconnect the dots. Disconnect the X. Disconnect the me from me. There we go. So weird. There's all that shit done. Right. Alright, and I'm actually audio going. Yay. Good. Not stupid. Yay. How's everybody's day? Oh, shit. You know what? I'll be right back. Seriously, just for dumb fucking mistake. Forgot paper towels again! God, again! Should make my foil on again. Bring them out to me. Feel the cold. That's what should have made him do. Should have made him feel the cold. Harsh reality life. Pain. Alright. Okay. There we go. There we go. We're all set. We're all set. We're all set. Alright. Sorry about that. Again, professionalism. If you want that, look elsewhere, please. You know, someone tell you crazy stories and shit. This is where you come for it. Not really crazy, more dumb. Like mind-numbingly stupid. This is where you come. You know what? I probably should actually, before I start really on the fence in here. This doesn't really look like I finished that whole thing back there. Let's get a little bit of that. A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Erica by my side. I'm listening to Christmas music. God help me. Someone shoot me in the face. Boom, 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 boom. Oh fuck, Amazon music. Are you fucking high? You're putting this shit on for me now. Got to do stuff, can't stop you fuckers. It's a good thing it's Brian Setzer's version of it, but still. I mean... Not only that, but it has to be like the fucking Nutcracker Suite, of all things. Like... I've mentioned this on here before. For someone like me, who actually, I actually do really enjoy classical music. Quite a lot of it, at least. I have a fucking weird thing about that goddamned Nutcracker ballet. And I don't think it's ballet. I don't think, like, I actually think ballet is kind of cool and interesting. But... like, every single time. And I'm not trying to, like... And I've seen it a few times. Probably more times than, you know, I would rather care to admit in some cases. But it was usually because it was, like, a school trip, so it's like, hey, I'm out of school for free. Who gives a shit, you know? And I always had people that were like, "Oh, you know, you're into art. You should love this stuff. This would be great for you. It'll help you get, you know, blah 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 blah, blah whatever." And they're like, "Oh, you love the Nutcracker. Blah 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 blah." It'd be so interesting. And I had all these people that were insistent that I fucking, you know, go see the Nutcracker. And I saw it when I was very young. I saw it when I was a little older. I saw it when I was in my teens. And it's like every goddamn time that thing starts and it's in like 0 minutes flat. Like I swear to God, it's like the damn thing just starts and it's... But it might be Tchaikovsky. I don't know. I'm not really into Tchaikovsky, so it might be it. I'm not really into Russian composers either. Just over in general. Tend to prefer... I mean, I can't say I don't like Russian composers like that much. Like, my favorite's German composers. There's just something in... And there's something in the German sound, you know? You hear it in there. At the same point, I don't like Wagner, so... They'll play the Valkyrie's fucking badass. I'll never let anybody tell you otherwise. But I am somebody who's always held the belief that there's no hiding in art. Okay. Like... If you've watched here regularly, everyone knows I'm not a big fan of Monsieur Picasso. I don't like Pablo at all. One of the reasons being that Pablo is a sexist fucking pig, so it's like, it kind of look at his work and I see it, you know? You could see it. He wasn't much of a... He didn't like women very much, let's put it that way. Kind of see that with Klimt, too. Close enough. That little Johnny Cockeroo. Oh, y'all girls. Sitting on that line. Make love to your woman in 5 minutes time. Ain't that a man? I spell him. Boy, child. And another man. Nobby. Oh, child. Why? Let me manage, boy. Man. I'm a full-grown man. A man. I'm a natural-born lover's man. Match. I'm a rolling stone. A man child. I'm a little Gucci man. Well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gonna be a quiet Wednesday, isn't it? And don't hurt me, don't. So this is one of those nights I should tell Abby she's allowed to crash. She just comes to crash the fucking... Yeah. Feed, then go ahead. Billy can. He knows that. He's allowed. Boy, this is gonna be a bad night on Amazon, as you can tell right now. Keep picking the wrong shit, man. I hit one good one and it's like, nah. Oh god, consider this a palate cleanser. Let's try to consider this a palate cleanser. Let's see what it does. It's like weird, like creepy Christmas, like circus music. It's called the Sword Swallower. So this is like a part's gonna be a little freaky. A little creepy day, you know? What can you do? Just grab yourself a candy bar soda. You'll be feeling just fine. Ain't not quite like sitting around the house. Bring out them cans of swine. I mean cans of swine, not like cans of swine, you know. Maybe something simpler, you know, like your team lost or your girlfriend used to be a guy. Nah, I don't know. It's not like going to psychology or anything. Now we gotta start figuring out. Hold on. This is gonna be rough. This is really gonna be. This is wonky as shit, man. All right. Because at some point the oranges end up pretty well split. So I should probably figure all that out, right? So let's try that. Let's see here. Like what I'm saying is an orange. It looks to me, at least when I'm looking at the reference photo, check the Discord link if you want to look along with me, that the more orangey bands here are the back ends that we're seeing, and the more yellow ochreish colored ones are the ones across the way, so to speak. So like this. It's already wrong. Already fucked it up. This should be an orange one. Already been distracted. So let's try see what we can self-correct in there. Self-correction. It's like self-medicate. So that means then, now that we got one, we can figure out the rest of them, right? Because like I said, this has a weird little overlap for a while, and then they sort of break off, and then we can start to see that background again. I didn't really plan for that. Like I should have. Because I am what the French refer to as l'incompetent. Start to loop back over. Looks to be there. Right, and that's very injured. Right. I'll tell you what. Last night, well, not last night. Yesterday, I'll say, and the night before that, though, my fucking eyes. Now, I've mentioned on here before, and I mentioned like when I was talking to, ironically, Pink Hypoxy. I get like bad sense of sorts of like allergic based or sinus based pink eye. Like it's not like contagious to anybody, but if I get like a sinus backup of any nature, out the eyeball it starts to go, basically. So it just starts irritating the eye like crazy. Freaking Monday night, I could not sleep at all because like it was like I wanted to go full on Oedipus, like, you know, like it was stabbing the eyes out thing, not fucking the mother thing. Like, it was just like, I just want to, like, you know. And, it was like, absolutely, like, I could not sleep, so I ended up calling out of work. I had to sit downstairs in the basement in the dark for, like, 3 hours yesterday, just to try to, like, I have pills, I have medication, like, drops and everything for it. It's just like, but it was just pain in the ass. It was like, because it came out of nowhere. You know. Some people are speculating whether my 24-hour stream had something to do with it. But I think I would have felt that, like, the night before, I'm guessing. The only thing I can come up with as a possible thing is that I was dehydrated, at the end of the 24-hour stream. Like, I definitely did not drink enough water during that. And, that, like, I did not drink enough the next day either. And it was just sort of my body's like, oh, you know what, go fuck yourself. You are going to stay at home all day, pretty much doing nothing. And then we'll let you, you know, we'll let you get back to the regular shit later. So, spent most of the day yesterday, literally sitting in my basement, all the lights out. I had the base, like, this basement's kind of weird. Like, there's this section, which used to be a garage, separated from everything. There's a hallway right in there, like, on the other side of this wall, which is, like, where the laundry room sort of is. It's just sort of like literally a hallway. Shit's just jammed in like that. And then there's, like, the semi-finished part of the basement back that way. So I was in that part, but I had this hallway open, and the little bit of light coming from the door was all that I could, like, stand coming into, like, going through the hall, down the hallway, and into that little area of the basement where it's all dark. That little bit of light was all I could take. I was like, oh my god, my eyes were shot to shit yesterday. But once I started, for some reason, NyQuil and DayQuil, like, once I start taking those, I'm fine. That's what I ended up taking. A buddy of mine suggested some glasses that supposedly help keep pollen out or whatever, but it's like, it's not even like the pollen getting into the eyes that causes it. You know, it's like it gets in the nose goes all crazy, and then it's like, you know, and it's not even pollen, it could be literally like just the temperature changes shifting and shit. It's messed up. Alright, so from there on, yeah, right back there on, there starts to be little highlights, like little itty bitty bits. Actually, I don't want to use that one. I'm going to use a little bit of the ultramarine. It'll actually stand up really nicely against the, if that orange tone sticks around through the yellow ochre. It should look really nice, actually. I'll put a little bit of green. I refilled the alizarin too, right? Yeah. Just to kind of hint at this whole thing that we had going on back here. So just maybe start spreading it out a little more and more. You know, I have this followers goal here. First off, I guess Twitch time is somewhere European or something, because I had it set for, maybe it's even like over, I can't figure out where it is, because I had it set for to end 1:31. Yeah, at the end of 1:31. And it was telling me that tonight I had an hour left in the goal. So I switched it up a little bit and had to fudge the numbers so that it'll go through tonight's stream and tomorrow's stream as well. But I never really came up with like a consequence if I don't make it. Well, how do I do it? No, they can't take that away from me. The way your smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, they can't take that away from me. We may never meet again on this bumpy road for long. The way you hold your knife, doo-doo-doo-doo. court order. Oh, wait, I just want to check some here. Let's see. Okay. Alright, that doesn't look wrong. She's on here. Now, my daughter posted a meme today. My oldest daughter posted a meme that I had to laugh at, and I wanted to like click on it, but then I'm like sitting there going, if I click like on this, I'm sort of acknowledging the existence of the site. And that's creepy for a father to acknowledge to their child in any way, shape, or form. Which was, I guess some dude had been loading up, like, completely non-porno, non-porno videos onto Pornhub. But it's like, me doing the dishes without being asked, and like me, you know, thank you, stepsister. I'm going to reject your advances, but I appreciate the compliment, or something like little, like very funny little turns on a number of categories that I have people that have visited that told me about. If I may take a line from the President Steve show. Friends that I know that said they've been to those sites. It was just like, this is funny, and I was like, I can't click like on this. This crosses a boundary even I won't go over. Really, it's kind of. There's some funny things in there though, from the photo or whatever. It's funny, like, alright, I'm just going off of that this, in a weird other way. There's times I think to myself, like, because I don't know, you know, like when I write stuff down sometimes about, like, what I'm working on, what I'm thinking of, and I feel, like, obligated sometimes to, like, literally describe, since I'm doing, like, it's more of a journal entry type situation. Like, I feel the obligation to, like, describe or explain, like, a specific website or something like that, like, that, because odds are, if someone were reading this, you know, if my work were to somehow get into the, you know, popular art lexicons or whatever, like, of the world, like, 100 years from now, nobody will know what the fuck these things are. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can kind of talk to, like a perfect example, actually, here's a great one, just because it's from something intended for children. In Wreck-It Ralph, the second one, Ralph Breaks the Internet. He goes to like a desolate wasteland area at one point, right? And gets all the way down. This isn't really spoilery, but at one point, I won't say what he's going after, but he goes down to this like desolate area of the internet. And in there, there's like all sorts of little funny things, like there's AOL dial-up like logos. There's and one of the things he has to move at one point is a GeoCities thing. And I started cracking up when I saw it. But Vincent next to me, who's 11 years old, has no idea what the hell GeoCities is. So, like, I think to myself sometimes, like, when I'm like I said, if I'm writing about something, I'm posting something here, or, you know, I'm posting something on, you know, Facebook or whatever, like, sometimes I feel like I have to write in there, like, this is a website that we would use back now. Yeah, or, like, back now, like, but, like, in case somebody's reading this 100 years in the future or whatever. they're looking into figuring out what the hell I was thinking when I made this ugly piece of shit artwork. Like, I feel like I should tell them, you know, about things that were there. That was more orangey one, right? Wait, no, I'm gonna go through this. Orange, 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 orange. And because again, like I said, like GeoCities is gone. It's not like anybody would know what the hell that is. And it's like 100 years from now, whatever websites we think are fucking huge and unbreakable as far as, you know, like something will eventually kill Facebook. We all know it. We just don't know what it is. They thought it'd be Twitter. They thought it'd be this. They thought it'd be that. Something's going to do it eventually. It's like something will break Amazon, you know? Like it's just the way the internet works. Something will eventually... It's the way the world works, but the internet's... Like everything about business in general, I think, is like magnified 1,000 times on there. So it's just like, I feel weird when I think about documenting shit for like posterity. But then you're gonna have to think about like if someone stumbles upon these videos somehow. If somehow there is some YouTube archive 100 years from now. Someone's gonna be like, who's talking about Pornhub? You know, I don't know. It's the ramblings of a madman, I know. What's kind of funny is actually in my spare time, rather than sites like that, I tend to fall under stupid nerdy shit. I could do Sudoku. Actually, I go in and out of Sudoku with love. Like it's like sometimes I start doing it, and then like I'll hit a bad batch of games where I just cannot seem to figure out anything on it, and I don't fuck around with anything other than like hard, you know, like. If I'm doing mediums, it's just because I want to relax a little, you know? But then it's like, oh, so I hit a bad batch, and it's like, alright, we're going to stop this for a while before I start freaking the fuck out. Just a little bit. Sure again, the orange ones seem to be the more forward ones, so we want to do two things with that. We want to make them thicker than the back ones, so we can throw a little more paint on there every time we do it, and also make them thicker, like legitimately like wider. Perspective. Not really sing along to right now. It's been actually popping out multiple violins recently. It's interesting. admittedly, if I do tell Abby she's allowed to crash like a stream like this, a normal stream, it's like I need viewers more than I need fucking crashers. Anyway, you know, look, I knew kind of already that this area right in this junction would be pregnant. Actually, no, that's too. You know, it's a good thing we didn't put that on too thick because we're going to need to actually widen it out, I think, a little bit. Yeah, that's going to have to be wider. It's going to have to go over that part anyway. We do. Damn, it's only been 33 minutes and I'm already like, I feel like I haven't done anything. Jesus Christ. Let's try to speed this the fuck up, huh? I just hold me up like that. Alright, let's see. Put that down here. And again, and I remember, I mean, when I did this, I was like, I'm just slapdashing shit up here. I'm not really worried about this stuff. Probably should have worried more about that, this thing or the other thing. Bang, bang. I still have to, at some point, I mean, I gotta do it soon. I gotta either shit or get off the pot regarding 16 by 20 canvas. Because obviously that's next. I think this is gonna last through tomorrow's stream, easily. I really don't think it should go to Sunday. If it doesn't, I'm a little disappointed in myself. I mean, I talked a lot, I jabbered on a lot without working. Or certainly not working quickly on Mondays, but you know, again, kind of like, look, there was a thing that happened and it was kind of big to me. It's you know, it was worth talking about. It's worth sharing some memories and stuff. I'm debating, a friend of mine is doing a podcast actually from Comic Universe, the story I was talking about on Monday's stream. Debating whether I should go and try to be part of the podcast or not. It's Monday the 11th or something, February 11th, and it's like, Mondays are always a hard day for me because it's Vincent's karate, yeah, especially because we're also then getting really close to Vince's birthday time period, so we got other things usually going on. And then, of course, there's the streaming, which on Mondays are usually a quiet night, and I'm sure no one actually would notice me missing. I still feel obligated to do it. Like, I still feel like this weird, like, just in case someone shows up, I want to make sure I'm here. I, like, expect no one, but I still want to, like, be here in case I'm wrong. You know? I don't know why that is. Because it's more than, like... I've never been one to feel obligated for anything. You know, it gets me in trouble a lot. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, you know. Sometimes people feel they're obligated to have, you know, X amount of respect or something due to a position of whatever ranking they may be, whatever company or wherever the hell I'm working or visiting or whatever the hell it is. And it's like, I don't feel that way. About people. Like, here's the deal. Don't be an asshole, and maybe we'll get along. If you're an asshole, we're not going to get along. If you come off as an asshole, you know, then, you know, you're going to have to work a long, hard time to get me to not think you're an asshole. You know? And that's asshole-ish of me, I'm sure. I mean, that's, you know, I'll take my fair share of the blame on that. That's fine. But I don't think I'm wrong. You know, as I say that a lot. Because I'm right. Anyway, you know, but like, look, if you're gonna be, like, I won't go into the details. I don't want to go the person's name or anything like that. But like, there was somebody. He actually doesn't work for my company anymore. But even still, he was always kind of a dick to me on the phones when he would call in. And then I met him in person. He was a fucking dick in real life too. And I was like, dude, you know, like, what cracked me up was the one time we were in this training class. This is when I met him. We were in a training class together, and he sent me a request. Like, I had a request open with him, and I was working on it. But we go on break, right? Like, for, like, you know, take a little break from whatever, from the training, and the I see in my caseloads, I see a pop up come up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this, right? And I'm like, and again, I'm trying not to say his name. I'm like. But it's like, why haven't I gotten an answer on this yet? Blah, 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 blah. You know, it's been 24 hours. I'm like wanted to lean back on him because he knew I had the case. And so I'm like, lean back, like, hey, fuckface. I'm here with you. Yesterday was a travel day. And then so far, we've been here. I haven't had a chance to even look at this fucking shit yet. Like, you know, like, don't give me this bullshit about why I haven't got a fucking answer. Fuck you, fuckhead. That's why I haven't got a fucking answer. It was just like looking at him like, come on, man. Like, you're an asshole. Like, there's no way. And then, like, this was around the time that, like, there was, like, the major, like, protests and riots and shit going down in Baltimore. So, there was, that's what it was. So they had the, they held a game without any crowd, like, at all. And it was, like, super bizarre to watch. If you didn't see it, it was, like, really weird. And, I'm sitting there watching it, like, fucking mesmerized by it. And I started saying something to him, and he just kind of gave, like, this, like, shit-grinning smirk or whatever. It's like, yeah, it's cute. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. This is fucking weird. Like, you know? Even if you're not a fan of baseball or whatever, it's like, you gotta admit, like, when you see it, literally a empty fucking stadium, and there's an actual game going on, not a, you know, practice or anything like that, it's fucking weird. And, so it's just like, again, the dude came off completely as an asshole, and he never shook that, you know, opinion from me. You know, like, I just, to me, he's always that douchebag that was a douche on the phones. He was a douche in real life, and it's just the way it's gonna be. And that's just that. It is unfortunate that he was actually one of the jackasses that I heard him when I was on my way to my breakdown. I started having auditory hallucinations of some of our sales guys and customers in my house at 3 in the morning. And he was one of the fucking idiots here in my house. And part of me, I'll be honest, you know, like, even though I know I was going cuckoo at the time, even though I knew, and I knew it, like, I knew these people weren't really in my house, but I still fucking heard them in my house. And, like, even though I knew I was going, like, a little insane, part of me really wanted to find them in my fucking house, because then they're trespassing and I can do whatever the fuck I want to them. Really kind of wanted to find them down there. Like, it was like half like, oh god, these people are following me home, and half like, really want them down there so I can have a nightstick upstairs so next to my bed, man. It's like come down and open up frothy cans of whoop ass on people's. New York. Like, I wouldn't even want to like shoot their asses. That'd be too fucking fast, you know? Like, I want something like, yeah, stay pretty good. Still amazing. Just in the place when I was drunk and I was thinking of you. Every day that you're in there singing the tunes out on the streets that you can hear from the side. You used to take the subway out and wait for you and not try to hide. Love don't play any games with you anymore if you don't want them to. Wave on the wave, watch the shame. But honey, I don't blame you. Hey, I still love you, New York. We're just talking about New York today, my wife and I. Hey, I still love you, New York. New York. I remember Christmas in the blistering cold in the church on the Upper West Side. I was holding your arm, you were holding my trust like a child. Found around the trouble I never knew be, but I tried to keep the overhead low. Farewell to the city and the love of my life, still lived for we had to go. Love won't play any games with you if you don't want it to. So you better shame this whole thing out the door. I'll always be thinking of you. I'll always love you though, New York. 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 New York, New York. My wife decided she wanted to tell the kids about how, well, no, what we were talking about was, Sophia wanted to drink, and I look in the fridge, and of course there's a cup there. There's always a cup there, it seems. She never finishes. So I say, hey, what's this cup? And, it's Sophia's, you know. So I was like, well, Sophia, you can drink this cup then. And I said, because that's either, she asked for iced tea, and I said, well, and Sophia says, that's water. I'm like, if that's water, that's some funky looking water, because it was like brown. I'm like, that's like the water, you know, from when Mommy and I went to New York. She was like, what? So we had gone to New York for, celebrate like a New York Christmas back in like 2002, 2003 maybe. No, I think it was 2002. And we, because I really wanted to do that. I was like, I really want a New York Christmas. And I was like, we've never done that. I'd really like to get one. So we did it. And one of the mistakes I made on that wonderful trip was, now we wanted to go see, go to Ground Zero and pay our respects. And it must have been 2002 now I think about it. So now where we were staying, I don't remember the name of the hotel or anything, but
we were pretty much told by our friend that lived up there that you go up this block a few blocks and you know, hang a left, you'll be on the Ace line, and that'll take you right down. Cool. Well, I must have miscounted how many how many blocks we were supposed to go down because I stopped early, I guess. And so we started walking southbound, and we're like, okay, you know, yeah, we're walking. Dude, we're not getting any closer. You know, I don't see any I don't even see a subway thing at all down that way. I'm like, fuck. I was like, well, let's cut over one. Maybe I was miscalculating. The way, unfortunately, that this goes down, like we were walking down the street like this, you know, like literally it was like one block over, and we're walking down. When I decided to cut over, so too did the Ace line. The Ace line goes over like a block like that, and then continues down. So literally, I did the absolute dumbest fucking thing you could possibly do at the worst possible time to do it. And if we just kept going straight, we probably would have run into the Ace line again. But I'm a moron. And so we walked the whole island. We literally walked all the way down from where we were midtown, all the way down to, through Greenwich Village, through all that shit. Got all our ways all the way down to fucking. Excuse me. Got all the way down to Ground Zero. Now the one plus, and I used plus very, very not really plus, but very interesting moment that occurred because of that was had we taken the Ace line, we would have popped out where I guess all the other tourists and everybody else was down there. Which is where the construction zone was, and there was the big white wall that people were signing and stuff, we won't forget you, blah blah blah, all those messages, and they're heartfelt messages. I won't lie, but there's definitely from people visiting Ground Zero that didn't lose people, because of the way that we came down. We saw the makeshift memorial, the one that where the family members had been coming and leaving things. It's much more personal. It's much more it's much smaller. It was really very humbling, very, very heartbreaking. Because then we walked over the other way and we saw where everybody else was, because we were all alone here. I'm like, I can't believe there's nobody around here. It's crazy. And then we went out and we realized we walked around. We're oh my god, everybody's here. Okay, we got it now. And that was where you could see them working and digging and still, and so it was very very interesting experience. But our legs fucking hurt that night. And so the wife was like, let's get in the tub and try to soak or whatever. Start running the water, and this water comes out fucking yellow. And we're like, I tried. I gave it the old college try to sit in there, and yeah, it didn't work out very well. I was like, no, thank you. I don't want anything that it wasn't even hot. It was just sort of lukewarm, and you're like, yeah, this isn't really working at all. The end to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash. He did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash. Yeah, some deeps. That's right. The bad fire sleeps. Get my shock from my electrodes in the mash. He did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash. Coming on. Let's be gone. It's included for man, the Frankenstein. Dracula is on top. The monster mash. In a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. It's not the monster mash. Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist? It's not the mash. It's not the monster mash. It's a graveyard smash. It got on in a flash. It's a monster mash. It's the hit of the land for you, the living. Get to my door, tell them Ole sent you. Monster mash. It's a graveyard smash. It got on in a flash. It's not a monster mash. Still dropping frames, even though I went to a lower frame rate. That's a little bothersome. What if someone does something irksome and I remove their spine? That would be murder. It's the worst crime you can do. Mein Gott. You definitely gotta start cranking up the speed a little bit. It's just like look, I'll be honest. There is like almost a mental block on this already. Like it's like, dude, I did 24 hours on this fucking thing and I didn't finish it. Like, you know, I don't know. It's like your brain kind of just, you know, you can't do it then. What the fuck? You give a shit about doing it now. Mein Gott. I mean, once my eyes started to actually heal up yesterday, I'll be honest, I almost came in here and started working on it without going live. I wasn't going to stream with my eyes being fucked up. But I was like, you know what? If I tried doing that, if I tried painting with my eyes, like, literally, like, stinging from the fucking pink eye, it's like, that's not gonna... Nobody's gonna be happy with this when we're done. Like, I'm gonna trash something that's important. It's, see, but then stuff like this comes on. Like this is like so soothing. This is just so relaxing. I don't want to like plow out. Like I just want to just fucking listen. There's danger there. There's real danger there. You know, Brian, you listen to music, how could it be dangerous? But you see, it's very, very easy to just sort of mentally drift off to this. It happened before, and I can't let it happen again. So I really don't want to have to get rid of this painting. Because this feels, you know, like every now and then, like as much as I tend to not like my own work when I'm finished with it. Alright, like, now if you come over right now in my house, if you were to go upstairs and, you know, into my living room area, you will see my horse shed in winter hanging right now in my living room. And it's pretty much just there to torture me. As far as I can guess. The wife wanted it up there, you know, so it's a winter painting, you know, blah, blah, blah. As I said, I don't tend to like my own stuff. This is like just out of reach of being good for either side. Anyway, but the thing about it, as much as I would say I don't actually like it very much anymore, I recognize that it's an important piece, if that makes sense. Like, I recognize it's actually quite nice right here. Ooh, look at that. Oh, I like that. Oh, it's very nice right there. There's a little brace on my arm right there. Okay, anyway. Like, I recognize it as a piece that I think will get a lot of fanfare over the years. Like it won't, yeah, I can't even guarantee that it would ever sell. I don't know if it will ever sell. But that doesn't necessarily, I don't know. And I think this is another one. This feels like one. This feels like an important piece. Maybe it's because it was part of that 24-hour stream, and that's kind of it was like a big event to it, kind of thing to me. You know, I don't know. But it feels on its own. This feels like a pretty important piece. I'm not crazy. Institution. You're the one that's crazy. Institution. Not me crazy. Institution. Stick me in an institution. Tell me what's the only solution. Me with myself. I'm staring at the wall, thinking about everything. But then again, I was thinking about nothing. My mom came in, and I didn't even see she was there. I started the name, and I didn't hear her. She started screaming, "Mike, Mike, Mike!" I'm like, "Oh, what's the matter, Mom? What's the matter with you?" "I'm nothing, Mom. You're on drugs." "No, Mom, I'm not on drugs. I'm just thinking." She goes, "No, you're on drugs. Normal people, okay." "No, normal people think of drugs. Normal people don't act that way. Mom, just give me a Pepsi. I just wanted some Pepsi." And she wouldn't give it to me. All I wanted was a Pepsi. And she just wanted Pepsi. And she wouldn't give it to me. She just wanted Pepsi. So. I'm not crazy. You're driving me crazy. You're driving me crazy. The institution telling me what's the only solution. Give me the professional help. Leave me within myself.
completely aside in me, in your best interest. That's the worst. You need. I go, wait, what are you talking about? We decided my best interest? How do you know what my best interest is? You say what my best interest is. What are you trying to say? I'm crazy? When I went to your schools, I went to your churches, I went to your institutional learning facilities. So can you say that I'm crazy? I'll be like, crazy. You're the one who's crazy. You married me crazy. Instead of being in an institution, tell me what's the only solution to get me the professional help to get me from the enemy and myself. Doesn't matter, I'll probably get hit by a car anyway. Bam bam. She told me I need girls like you. She also told me stay away, you'll never know what you'll catch. Just the other day I heard of soldiers crawling on some Indonesian junk that's going round. Mommy's alright, Daddy's alright. They just seem a little weird. Surrender. Swears your mother's right, she's really up on this. Oh shit, it's not 9 o'clock. I gotta give my kids kisses. Maybe someone will show up after I'm done. Let's see. Gotta use the Wednesdays being quiet. Alright, let me pause that. You guys be all annoyed by my music.
sure I had something to think about. I was going to say something, but I can't remember what it was now. Again, though, clearly the difference of fucking having some people here and not having some people is, like, massive. That is alright. There's just... I don't know how I missed that. Yeah, more. It's definitely right there. Just because like it require using more than I should, but. This is more like that. That's more like that. Okay. This one is like more visibly all wood. Boom, 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 boom. I think this goes to prove, though, like just the fact that how much slower this is going, just in like the past 2 sessions. And yeah, like I said, I know Monday was a little more talkative of a session than normal, I guess, but and more like me jumping around and grabbing books and trying to think of things, but chicks dig it. I mean, I think you really compare. Again, like that 24-hour stream to this, and it just goes to show, like, if I'm able to sit down and work on something for, like, if I could do it, like, 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day, we'd be grooving through paintings a lot fucking faster. I have to guess that I might be the only person here on Twitch that would like to make a living off of Twitch, not because I want to make a living off of Twitch and really have to suck at paint more. That's incredibly sad. Okay, I could get 2 shits about the views technically, except for the fact that's the way you get it. But like, I think my Twitch streams like scheduled for 6 hours, 7 hours at a time. I had no fucking problem. Man. That's why I actively tell the wife, like, if I ever got laid off or shit canned or something at work, like, if I can try to get by without, on unemployment or whatever, or, But technically, if they lay me off, if it like properly, if there's something that causes a layoff situation to occur, you get like X amount of weeks that are equal to the number of years you've been there. So like, I've done my 7th, so I've done 7 full years in my sentence so far, and so that I would get 7 months of pay. Or 7 weeks of pay, I'm sorry, 7 weeks of pay. And I'm like, you know what? For 7 weeks, I would try to fucking paint 8 hours a day and see what happens on here. All the chicks. Shut. Damn right. Who's the man? Who risked his neck for his brother, man? Shaft. You dig it? It's the cat that won't cop out when there's danger all around. Shaft. Right on. They say this cat Shaft is a bad mother. What are you talking about, Shaft? You can dig it. Complicated man, and no one understands but this woman, John Shaft. Okay, there's more structures there, right? Let's look at that. Make sure these are like, yeah, they're like wood support stuff for. That's what we were going to say they are. Let's put it that way. Whether or not they are now. Let's put it that way. Who's the cat that won't cop out when there's danger all around? Shit! Right on. I know a girl who thinks of ghosts. She'll make you breakfast. She'll make you toast. She don't use butter. She don't use cheese. She don't use jelly or any of these. She uses Vaseline. 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 I know a girl who goes to shows, but when he's at home and he blows his nose, don't use tissues or a sleeve. Don't use napkins or any of these. He uses magazines. Not very nice all here. Let's do this a little faster. It's funny. I've loved this song for years. Since my friend Connie first introduced me to it, and just because it's like so weird. Like it's one of the things I loved about the '90s, which I don't think really exists quite the same way nowadays. It's like back in the '90s, everything was just labeled alternative music for the most part. So like you'd have like perfectly acceptable to be listening next to like Alice in Chains and Nirvana and Soundgarden, and like immediately go into like, you know, the Flaming Lips, or They Might Be Giants, and it's like it was all considered okay. Like it's like, yeah, that's fine. That's alternative music too, you know. And because I don't really think that quite exists in the same way anymore. But anyway, the thing was, as much as I listened to this song, I never listened to it on headphones. Like I would always listen to it either at the radio station, the high school radio station when we would play it, or I'd listen to it on the regular radio when it would come on. I never had the CD for, you know. And when I did borrow it from Connie for a little while, I believe it was Connie I borrowed it from. I only listened to it on my little portable stereo system. I never actually put it on my headphones. So I was like, the first time I listened to it in the headphones, there's a part in the song where I guess it starts in like the second verse or whatever, where it's like you start hearing somebody breathing heavily, like like that, and I'd never heard it really before. And it was like I'm sitting here. It was one night here late at night, like not before I was streaming, and it starts going on. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Who the fuck's breathing like? You know, fucking. It took me like 3 seconds to figure out. Oh, it's in the song. Like, oh, okay. It's the downside of having major sleep issues. Sometimes you're a little bit stretched out, and you don't know what's happening, and suddenly there's something in your ear. What the fuck? Kids at school, they were wishing they were me that night. These are all things I found, like, at least to some degree, streaming helps without actually, like, needing to do anything else. Like, I found so many pluses when it comes to, like, just doing this here on Twitch or whatever. Like, it keeps me on a schedule, you know. It's a self-inflicted schedule, but I'm doing it. I'm going to keep it on there, you know. And it's like, so I come out and you know, look, it's fucking freezing outside. I don't know where anybody's from here, but, like, here in the Philly area right now, it is, with the wind chill, like -3 outside. And this is a non-insulated fucking studio, like, so it's, right now with both heaters running, it's telling me it's 58 degrees. And it's one of those cold 58 degrees, you know, like, even with, like, it's not like the 58 degrees you feel like at the first part of spring, you know, like when you're like, oh, fucking short sleeves, you know. There's a chill that it will not leave this room, and it's like, before I started streaming, it would literally be like, you know, I'd be upstairs with the kids, and I'd be like, you know, it's too fucking cold, I'm not going out of the studio, fuck it, you know. And so, like, I'd be in the middle of this thing like this, maybe, you know, and I would have left it, and then all the shit that I might need still wet would dry, and I wouldn't care, you know. I would sit and say I wouldn't care. I'd get pissed off that it all dried on me. How dare it when I, you know, didn't come out here and work for 3 days because it was too goddamn cold. But the other thing that's nice is if I'm streaming and there's people here, hopefully, on occasion, I can, if I hear something funky, do you hear that too? You know? Paradise by the dashboard lights. You got to do what you can, and the more that you do the rest. There ain't no doubt about it, we were doubly blessed. Cause we were barely 17 and we were barely trying to go all the way tonight. We're gonna go all the way to last night. like I was saying earlier, you know, sometimes some of the stuff I listen to has on more than one occasion. It was really only doing one painting, but on more than one occasion, kind of got me a little fugued, like, you know, like I was, you know, the wheels were spinning, but the hamster was dead, you know, like, or whatever you want to say. Like, it was like, yeah, it's just sort of zoned out. I didn't realize I was, like, I don't remember painting or anything like that. But the thing is, since I want to always try to be talking in case somebody drops in or whatever, like, I don't enter that fugue state anymore. I'm working. Which has good and bad parts of it. Like, you know, sometimes when you enter, like, a state like that, especially when you're actively aware of painting, and that's all you're aware of, you can get a lot of work done. You get a lot of stuff done, and it's like, it's just the problem is you wake up from it when you get whatever your mind says, all right, cool, we got what we're looking for. The problem is then you wake up and you're like, oh, it's 7 in the morning and I have to go to work. Sleep on it, baby, baby, let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. I give you an answer in the morning. Let me sleep on it, baby, baby, let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. I'll give you an answer in the morning. I will say now, after the 24-hour stream, I tried to load everything up to YouTube, and I've had a lot of issues with it. The first 2 segments of the 24-hour stream, because that weird disconnect that happened on my computer, for whatever reason, those went up to YouTube fine, because they were like 7 hours and some change, and 4 hours and some change. This third part, which stayed solid the whole time for whatever reason, since that was 12 hours and 1 minute, YouTube won't let me load it up. It's too long. I tried to divide it up as highlights, and when I tried to load it up, it told me the title was invalid. So I don't know what the hell that's about. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm debating whether I even want to keep fighting with it and just try to upload it again or just give up on it. Part of me is saying that if Keto and I do this 24-hour sync stream that we're going to talk about doing later in the year, I mean, I might not want to do this with him until like fall. Maybe that's questionable. Like, I want to make sure it's like where I'm not relying entirely on the heaters or not entirely on the air conditioner in here. Like, that'd be nice to have like a little bit of a nice medium, you know, where I can open up the door and or something. I don't know. I'm not either sweating my nuts off in here or freezing my balls off. You know, either way. But if we do this 24-hour stream, what I'm probably going to do is just say to fuck with it. I'll just let my music play through the little echo dot there or whatever. So I'll just say the hell with it. YouTube isn't going to take it anyway, so what do I care? If it gets, you know, it's not going to... I won't even bother. It will get dinged with copyright otherwise, so why give a shit, you know? But that's the other thing that sucked about the 24-hour stream, part of it at least. So, and the headphones would die on me. I just have to be careful for the wife and kids so that like, I'm not like blasting it at like 3 in the morning to keep awake and... He's going to school too, so it's probably going to have to be during the summer. We'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, would you bring your attention to me? For a feast for your eyes to see, an explosion of catastrophe, like nothing you've ever seen before. Watch closely as I open this door. Your jaws will be on the floor. Welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, do you need it? Let me hear it, ladies and gentlemen.
But I thought it'd be a nice thing then, like, to make it sort of like, you know what, the 24-hour streams are going to be like a really, you know, they're a special event kind of thing, you know, right? Like, so, if you're not here, you don't get to see it, you know. And so they kind of leaned me towards this idea that, like, you know, I'm not even going to argue with the other section. You want to see me loopy and stupid at the end of the 24 hours, you know, maybe you show up to it. I don't know. Actually, I haven't watched that yet. I should watch the end of it just to see, like, that last hour. There were a lot of people that were here. Like, just, you know, watching that final push. That could be interesting. Like, I really don't know. I know I was loopy as shit. I know I was, like, you know. I mean, it must have been somewhat cognitive because this looks okay. This doesn't look terrible down here where I was working. So I must have been doing something right.
Welcome to the show. Please come inside. Do you want it?
It's one of those parts where it gets really weird and tricky. This again, 'cause this gets fucked up right here. There's like all sorts of weird bad tangents. I hate some bad tangents. So at the start of the stream, I'll say it again. If you are interested in seeing what I'm torturing myself with, you can just click the Discord link. There's our little hashtag references. That's literally like where it is. so inclined, or you don't have to. Alright. Tomorrow is Thirsty Thursday, right? So, I've been drinking and painting. Maybe this will go Sunday, Jesus. That does make it better. I mean, I gotta get the freaking Goodwill and see if they have any more of those 60 by 20 canvases. I mean, they're due for, you know, from what I could tell. Because it's the same person. There's one person that goes to my local Goodwill, and they drop off constantly their painting with a twist paintings. And, like, I'm the only person I think that would even think about buying them. Because I just buy them and I rip their canvas off and I throw away their painting. Usually it's bad, don't worry. I strip the canvas and then I use the stretchers for my own. So, if anybody does buy one of my paintings that are 16 by 20 and you get it home and you think to yourself, but this is a painting with a twist like, it wasn't a painting with a twist, you know, and then you've seen it painted here, most likely. But, that's where I get the stretchers usually. Because it's a hell of a lot cheaper to buy $3, you know, like for a painting or whatever, or $2, whatever the hell they charge me. I never know because I was using a couple, like 4 or 5 of them. So I don't pay attention to what they actually ring up as, but, you know. Like one stretcher, like just not 2 like this, but like 1. It's usually about like $4. So, you know what? It's cheaper. I think actually this is a hodgepodge of 2 different. I'll say this is 2 different. Not painted with the twist ones, but definitely like from, you know, someone's, you know, old artwork on the wall type thing. Yeah, someone like kind of like what you'd get at like Deck the Walls or whatever. I don't know, whatever. Like, that's the one near us. I know that is in the mall, you know, and they always have like very generic looking. Fun story if you don't know. A lot of times those are prisoners' paintings. They're like from the you know, like rehab stuff or whatever for prisoners. Yeah. That's why they're able to do like this. You know, they do this. The study is part of like, you know, rehabilitation or whatever you want to refer to it as, and like then that's why they sell them for like they'll be like a big ass canvas for like, you know, and it's hand painted. It is hand painted, but it's like $20. It's because it didn't cost them nothing. It was perhaps the most bizarre advice I ever received. My ex-wife, her stepdad, quite often was known for dropping very weird advice sometimes. Alright? And just weird phrases. Like one time he walks in the room and I was sitting at their kitchen table or whatever, smoking a cigarette. And he just walks up and goes, "Hey, Brian, get fucked." And I was like, "Okay." And he goes, "I mean, that's a good thing, right? Like, I always never understood why people would, you know." "Okay, Don, cool. Alright. Yeah, alright." You know, hypothetically under this situation, it would be your stepdaughter. Yeah, whatever. You know, I was like, it's just like, alright, I'm just gonna let that slide and But one of the things he said to me one time was like, you go to prison, your pains will start selling like crazy. I'm like, cool, thanks. Hey, girl, fix your makeup. Soon he will open the door. Just think because there's a ring on your finger. You needn't try anymore. Find to his arms, he comes home to you. I'm warning you. Just thinking about that again. Sorry. So I just remember I was like so stymied by that. Get fucked. Your hair still curls. You may not see him again. I mean, the worst part is, it wasn't wrong. Fuck you is a little more of a questionable, It's similar, but I don't. That does seem like, it's more like somebody, yeah. It's just like saying, an infamous moment with my friends was when my buddy Mike came out to us. It was at my wife's 23rd birthday. It was before we moved in together. It might have been the 24th. It might have been the summer before, or the spring before we moved in together. But anyway, we had a little party at her parents' house. Her parents were away. Not that they had to be. It wasn't a big deal, but so we were drinking. Now they all got there earlier. I got late because I had to work till like 11 or something. So I finally get there and I'm like, I gotta play catch up. So me and my man Jose Cuervo, we'll be with you guys in a second. Just start pounding. So anyway, this is before he comes out. And I was already under some suspicion that he was going to come out to us soon. Like, I kind of knew that he was gay, and I was like, all right, And he actually sort of slipped up. He was really drunk, and he started talking about a bar downtown that I know to be a gay bar. And I was like, I fucking knew it, So that's how we came out. We kind of drug him out and made him do it. But Mike and I were talking like outside, like 5 minutes later, maybe not even that. And I'm sitting on my in-laws' central air unit. All right, I mean they weren't my in-laws yet, but I'm sitting on this central air unit, and I'm smoking a cigarette. And my buddy Davin comes out, and he just pops out the basement door and he goes, "Can I still say cocksucker?" And closes the door before he even gets an answer. Right, and I fucking lost it. It was like the funniest fucking thing. I mean, Jose had been beating my ass all night, So, I fell over laughing into, like, the air conditioner was, like, maybe that far away from the wall. And I fell into that little crack. I don't know how I did. Like, I must have, like, literally gone up and down and back. And, busted my face up. I had a black eye and all sorts of crazy shit. But the thing was that, like, what he was tilting on is basically like one of the things actually Mike and I literally just said, which was like, to me, like, all right, think I'm trying to think of a good example. Like, all right, Deadpool. You know, at one point, I forget what Deadpool. You know, will you finish her? Hurry the fuck up with her, or whatever it is. You're talking about at the final fight scene, and then you know, Colossus goes language, and you suck a cock. Right, like, to me, that's only an insult if you're assuming that. I guess they're saying it. I mean, it's pretty clear. Yeah, I mean, he's with Kitty Pryde, I think, in the comics. It's been a long time since I read. Anyway, you know, if he's not gay, that's the then that's the insult. Whereas for Mike, I call him a muff diver. You know, like, he's not a cocksucker, he's a muff diver, because that's how I want to insult him. So that's the way we've always looked at it, you know. And it's just like I said, it really just killed me because like we just literally said like something along those lines. Basically, like said that like, all it changes now for me is I just gotta use a different type of slur for against you or whatever. Like, because you have to keep in mind. Now, yes, we were still in our 20s at this point, but even now, as we enter our 40s, you know, I'm 40. Mike is 30. Mike, he's 39 or 38. You're 39, right? You're not on here, but whatever. If you come on here, you're 39, right? Yeah, you look for a year after us, right? Yeah. I think it's no, whatever. Somebody in our group was 2 years younger than me. I don't remember who. But he, you know, like, we still behave as if we're, like, 12-year-olds in a lot of ways. But we're 12-year-olds that respect people's, differences by insulting them with whatever we can think of as the exact opposite of that. Perhaps it's an ignorant, rude thing to say. I don't know. I guess it kind of goes like, I like to use this one as an example a lot too. Like sometimes, like like I hate racism or homophobia or any any type of connotation like that. Any like to borderline crazy levels. But I like to. I don't want to say like, because that sounds weird. But, like, I tend to make cracks along those lines sometimes when it's trying to point something stupid out. Like, a great example would be, like, when we were, like, especially when we were younger, again, Omar Epps, for the longest time, was, like, almost always referred to as up-and-coming star Omar Epps. And I'm talking like 6 or 7 movies in, he was like, up-and-coming star, Omar Epps. It's like, dude, what the fuck are, And basically it was like, almost like code, like, oh, he's a black actor, and he's pretty good, but he's up-and-coming. Like, no, he's come. He's, he has, he's finished and, gotten a towel. Like, it's like, Jesus Christ. And, I remember we were making some comment along those lines, like shit. What was the name of the movie? God, I mean, that makes me look like a counter to my point because I actually like the movie. I can't remember it now. we were talking. I can't remember what movie it was now. We were talking about, but like my buddy Jason brought it up, and I was like, "You mean with up and coming star Omar Epps?" And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, you know." Like I was like, "He's still up and coming, you know. They can't give him the acknowledgement yet, you know." And this, like couple, like, I guess no, there was like 4 people, like. Kind of over the table over. They looked like they were starting to get like offended by the way we were trying to point it out, and I kind of am glad they were getting offended because like we're trying to make a point here that this dude is a good actor, and Hollywood isn't exactly throwing real praise at him. They're throwing like that, like, we'll sort of acknowledge it. Like, if CinemaSins was around in the 90s, I think they would have started calling that shit out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, on the trailers or whatever. The up-and-coming star, Omar stars in. Is it Poetic Justice, that one? Is that the one with Tupac? Shit. Dude, it's almost 10 o'clock already. Alright, we're gonna go a little longer. I really don't want this fucker lasting into Sunday. But I think it's gonna have to. Because this fencing, I can't half-ass like that fencing. You know what I mean? Like, I can't bullshit this. This has to be done right. Not that I half-ass. I mean, if you look, I can get away with a lot more fuzziness, let's put it that way, back there than I can in the foreground. You know, this really does require in a lot of ways for me to have to go in here, hit this with the orange again, and get it to have that right color. I'm going to have to level it up again with, like, every one of these posts has such unique, like, coloring in it that it's, like, to capture it right, it's some work. There's some work that needs to be done. Don't you wait for the seas to part. So let's try to at least feel like we did something like of validity. Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get those shadowy regions nailed up, like back here. Love, yeah, overcome this day that I was so sweet lesson. I'm all that I love will overcome. Love will overcome. Now, I'll say, in regards to, again, kind of going back to that childish behavior that we used to have, I am a little more careful about it, even with these old friends of mine, only because, even when, like, especially when we're out, because it's like, the climate being what it is, and I don't mean like the actual weather, I'm talking just kind of on a public political, sort of, I don't know. It feels like there are a lot of people that maybe would misinterpret it as a means of like, yeah, no, I could say these filthy, foul, horrible fucking things that people really shouldn't say about people. Like that we should have evolved past this point already. But so it's like I find myself, you know, I feel too often like I have to explain the joke to anyone that may hear it around the area. So it's like I want to be like, it kind of then kills the joke. It's like makes it, you know, no more amusing to me. Then it's like if I have to sit there and go, no, see, I'm making a semi-racist comment so that you can understand how stupid this racism. Never mind. You know, it's like we're past that now. We already got. Is your love and break way back? If your heart they go on attack, but there's nothing left of you. Only thing that you can do, say today, live like you wanna. Let yesterday burn and throw it in a fire, in a fire, in a fire. Live like a warrior. Today, live like you wanna. Let yesterday burn and throw it in a fire, in a fire, in a fire. Like a warrior. Some steps go. They're only gonna pull you down, just like weight on your shoulder. They're only gonna make you drown. We all swing high, we all swing low. We all got secrets people don't know. We all got dreams we can't let go. We wanna be brave, don't be afraid, no. Today, live like you wanna. Let yesterday burn and throw it in a fire, in a fire, in a fire. Fight like a warrior. Today, live like you wanna. Let yesterday burn and throw it in a fire. Your heart is too heavy, and things you carry a long time. You've been up, you've been down, tired and you don't know why. But you're never gonna go back. You only live for one life. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. Today, live like you wanna. Let yesterday burn and throw it in a fire, in a fire, in a fire. Fight like a warrior. Today, live like you wanna. I really do try to, I don't even wait till yesterday, burn it in the fire. Like, I try to, like, as hard as I can. I bring it up here a lot. I'll talk about work in here, but very rarely am I really riled up like I normally am when I'm leaving work. Like, usually I'm leaving work and I'm just fucking, I am, you know, like a boiling mass of just fucking rage. Too much getting my ass kicked from too many people that, you know, they talk good game on phone, let's put it that way. You know what I mean? And, what's the old Irish saying? There's it's a Gaelic saying, something along the lines of, many a times the man's mouth has gotten his nose broken. Something along those lines. But, you know, I said it's the one difference that, like, when it came to the ballpark, when I worked at the ballpark, that I loved is that, like, if you're a drunk idiot fan who starts getting in my face, you know, I go like this to some guys in dark blue shirts and you go away. You know what I mean? Like, and 9 times out of 10, sometimes as pain in the ass as those guys could be, the front office will back us up. You know, if we've talked to you about something, there was a reason we went down and talked to you. It wasn't like we were just, you know, being assholes. So if you got talked to and then you start yelling at us for, you know, telling you to sit down while the game's in play or something like that, you know, or you tried to sneak on the field and I stopped you. Believe it or not, I've been yelled at about that. It's like, you know, we get backed up a lot, you know, like we get, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful bit of customer service if you actually know that you have literally the power to tell the customer in the end, like, goodbye, we're done. You know, like, there is a removal of, you know, a certain level of frustration in that. Whereas, like, where I am now, where my job is, I have to literally sit there and, yes, I'm an idiot. Even though my plant lied to me, and that's why I told you the wrong information or whatever, it's my fault. Yes, I understand. You know, I have to take it. I literally have to sit there and just suck it up. So like I said, I come out of the place usually like really fucking wired up. But I make it a point to try to, there's a I had done the painting of it, I got rid of it unfortunately, yeah. But there was a hill on the Blue Route that I drive past it. It's like, there's my drop off point. Have to be rid of it by there, you know. It can't come, like I can bitch about it a little bit here, but the raw anger, emotional part of it is not supposed to come in the studio. Like, this has to be a safe haven from it. Which is why I, like, you know, I think during the 24-hour stream or something I said, like, maybe it was the day I almost slipped up, whatever it was. I almost accidentally informed my boss's boss about this Twitch channel. Not meaning to tell him, I was talking to somebody else about it, and I realized he heard, and he asked a question about it, sort of, and my coworker ended up saying something that, like, distracted the conversation. I was like, oh, thank God. And he didn't know he did it. And I like, the next day I was like, by the way, you saved my ass. You know that, right? He goes, what? I was like, because my brain started panicking. It was like, goodness. So I said something about Thirsty Thursday one night, you know, or whatever. It was obviously going to be a Thursday. And he's like, Thirsty Thursday? That sounds like good, you know, fun. Where's that at? And I was like, it was the end of the day. I'd been mentally beaten all day like I normally am, and I was just like, and I almost spit out, on my Twitch channel, Like, there's no improving, you know? There's no way I could come up with something like, oh, at the bar down near my house, you know? It was like, it wasn't going to work. Like, the brain just went, you know. Brain put up the little, you know, the little sign in the window with the clock, you know, be back in 5. What should we do? Well, you can't be a pimp and a prostitute too. Found himself with a stone, went home and learned how to clean up after myself. Scoochie. Alright, what I think we're going to try to do is I want to see how far into these, like, other, you know, these orangey railings or whatever. Yeah, this back end of these that we can go. That stuff's in it because I can feel my eye. It's getting time for a drop. It's getting time for like all the bedtime medicines. I can feel it. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. Good, good. Kill him. Kill him now. Yes, I understand that every life is in and sitting alone some days go. And I'm willing to count on both hands the ones I love. Some folks have 1 year, others they got none. Stay with me, our hearts just breathe. I almost knocked the fucking thing over. This storm of sails never gonna end. Every day just another human being. Yeah, I wanna hurt. There's so much in this world to make me bleed. Stay with me. Did I say that I need you? Oh, did I say that I loved you? Oh, if I didn't, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come clean out every day, so look upon your face. Oh. Everything you gave and nothing you would take home. Take everything you gave. Did I say that I need you? Oh, did I say that I want you? Oh, if I didn't, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come clean up. Take everything you gave till I die. Meet you on the other side. Yeah. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. This rap shit is mine, motherfucker. Fuck it. Yeah. Fuck what you heard. That's what you're hearing. That's what you're hearing. Listen. That's what you're hearing. Listen.
X gonna give it to you. Fuck waiting for you to get it on your own. X gonna deliver it to you. Knock, knock, open up the door. It's real with the non-stop pop, pop, a stainless steel. Go hard, getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart, I'll make a motherfucker wonder if he did it. Damn right, and I'll do it again. I am nice, so I've got to win. Break bread with the enemy. But no matter any cast I break, break who's sending me. You motherfuckers want nothing but your life saved. Bitch, that's called life debt. I won't be the one ending up on his knees, bitch, please. Stay out my way. Stay out my way, motherfucker. Go, let it go. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. Rock, then we gonna roll. Then we let it pop. Go, let it go. He never gave nothing to me. But every time I turn around, cats got their hands out wanting something from me. I got it, so you can't get it. Let's leave it at that, cause I ain't get it. See, with his faith. So I face the world like the Earl in the bullpen. Me against me, you against you. What you gonna do? I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Chill, we're back with that streets pumping. Doing this for 19 years. Fight these tears. And work, but it's all for the kids. But these cats done forgot what work is. They don't know who they see. They don't know who they see. Then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, go, let it go. X gonna give it to you, he gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you, he gonna give it to you. Go, let it go. I never got down in the play, and let's give it back. Took for much for too long. Don't give up, you're too strong. Well, to the wild, wild honeys, shout out. And even about it's about stand for you, stand for yo. I'm gonna give it to you, X gonna give it to you, he gonna give it to you. We're gonna roll, then we let it pop, go, let it go.
Yeah, I think when I drop down to one viewer, it's probably time to call it quits, right? Because there should just be two for me monitoring, but apparently that's not the case anymore. So that means I've lost something somewhere. Yeah, alright, we'll call it quits for now. Stop that, because I don't want to listen to that. Anyways, so we're going to stop that. And so tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. I guess we ain't finishing this. This will be Sunday night's finishing, I guess. Alright, so it turned out to be a lot more daunting than I thought it was going to be for this last bit. I figured once I got through that, this should have gone faster, but there's so much more of it. It's just bigger and harder. Alright. That's what she said. Alright, so thanks for watching. I will catch you guys later.